Good with you. Thank you for time chiming in. I think I have a little difficulty a little earlier, but if you can hear me, please tap one in the chat. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. If you can hear me, please tap a one in the chat. Can you hear me over there? Can you hear me over there? Can you hear that also? Can you hear that? Much love and respect. You can hear that also? The horn? The horn? Can you hear the horn? Good, okay. All right, if you can hear me and on Facebook, could you please put a one in the chat, okay? Thank you, Frederick. I appreciate you. Give me 5 or 6 seconds and I'll be right back. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Peace. What's good? What's good? What's good? Are you still able to hear me? Much love. Thank you for chiming in. Appreciate it. Are you able to hear me? Can you hear me? Testing, 1, 2. Can you hear me? 1, 2. Check. You can hear me? Is it really clear? What? Can you hear me right now? Nothing. Now, how about now? Check. You hear me now? All right, cool. All right, so we had a little difficulties, y'all. I've been having difficulties. It's crazy. This is total different mics too. But it don't have nothing to do with the mic. It will have something to do with the settings. But I appreciate you guys chiming in. Much love and respect. We're going to go over part two of the situation that happened recently. I have a special guest that's going to be calling in soon. Hopefully they'll be calling in soon. We're going to be dealing with the situation that happened recently. Part 2 of the police shooting of the 52-year-old in Jersey City recently. And I got this platform so that you guys can have a voice. You can have a voice and basically give your analogy, perception, or your perspective, your facts, and how you feel about the situation. You can do that right here. You can feel free to come on and you can call the number. It's going to be 973-433-5666. You can call in and go ahead and give your take on the whole situation that happened recently. So feel free to do that. This is going to be your platform. D.A.P is going to be your platform to do that. So feel free to call in 973-433-5666. No one can stop your analogy, your opinion, or your perspective, your facts, your experiences, or whatever the case may be. You can do that here. Now, we actually heard the news. I heard Phil and the officials analogy, their take on it, and all that good stuff with the facts that they have. They said that it was justifiable. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the people who actually was there. Sometimes we don't get to hear both sides. Yesterday I was at the vigil and the lighting candle situation. I actually DJ'd yesterday, and for some reason the mics, I want to tell the family, I apologize for the mic situation. I had no control over it. There was some interference going on with the news and the equipment that they had there with the mic. I thought at first it was a battery situation, but the batteries were brand new and they kept doing it. So it was the interference with all the equipment and stuff that they had. there. So I want to apologize for that. Um, like I said, if you have any analogy on this situation, as far as the police being called or the hospital or the mental care situation unit or whatever called, and then here we have a man that's not here now. What are your take on how they could have handled that situation moving forward? I'm talking moving forward in the near future, because there are a lot of situations where there are mental cases and they do call to get help. They want to get help. They want to make sure that their family member is okay, taken care of, but not hurt or taken out. You know what I mean? People want to basically call for help, because sometimes there is no help in a situation like that when you're dealing with someone with mental illness. But they definitely don't want them dead. You know what I mean? So, what could have, or what could be put in place for further situations that will better the situation, so that it will be no deaths, that will be no one getting hurt? What could be put in place from your perspective? Please, you can call 973. That's 1973 433 5666. And we have a special guest that's going to be on in a minute. I'm going to have him call that number. As a matter of fact, he's here now. So, Muhammad, if you can do me the favor and go ahead and give that call, brother, and I would love to hear your perspective on this particular situation, man. Thank you. Let's give Muhammad, the mortician, the number one mortician, Muhammad, a round of applause. So we'll wait him to give that call. So come on and give your call, brother, and we'll be here to receive what this brother has to say regarding the situation that happened in Jersey City. I think it was Sunday. Peace, peace, and blessings. What's good with you?
Tyrone M.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's good with you, Muhammad? Much love. Can you hear me, brother?
Peace and blessings, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, beloved. It's good to hear you, man. You hear me pretty good?
Oh, man, it's good to be heard, man. Good to be seen. Not
No
buried
doubt.
in the ground and not nobody.
No doubt. That's a blessing, brother. Well, it's good to see and hear you are still making it happen, still on your bike doing your thing. And I'm hearing a lot of great things about you, brother. I'm hearing now that you are on your way to studying law at this time. Is that right?
That's right. Going to law school September 5th, beloved. Yes, sir.
Nice, nice, brother. It's always good to hear brothers doing their thing, man. I really appreciate brothers like yourself, man. So let me ask you, brother Muhammad, what's your take on the whole situation? That's if you, I don't know if you heard about it, if you've seen. I know you are a resident of Jersey City at one time. You may not live here now, but you was born in, I don't know if you was born and raised here or what, in Jersey City?
Yes, sir. Born and raised, brother. Lincoln Lions, brother. 87.
That's what's up, Lincoln Lions. Ooh, that's what's up. Okay, okay. Watch out, Snyder. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out, Dickerson. Stop playing. Yes, sir. So, tell me, brother Muhammad, what's your take on this situation, man? Because I'm getting two sides. I'm getting, on one hand, I'm hearing people saying it was justifiable because he came at the police officer with a knife, and then on the other side, I'm hearing they could have handled the situation much better because they could have had the medical people come in or whatever and take charge or whatever the case may be. What's your take on this whole situation, my brother?
Oh, man. Yes, sir. Well, first, I want to just offer my condolences, man, to the family.
Yes, sir.
I knew that brother from years. Always a quiet, decent, kind brother with a beautiful smile. And certainly I pray that Almighty God is pleased with him, and prayers for the family. Regarding your question there, Brother Supreme, man, I come from both perspectives, brother. Let me be honest with you. And I know some of the things that might be said today may not be conventional, may not be what our people in our community, want to hear. But I'm a licensed funeral director. I'm a mortician, man. So I see this every day. Death. So to your question, you got to look at it from this perspective. My wife is a police officer, right? So can you hear me, beloved?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I
Yeah, I
want to
hear
make
you.
sure.
I hear you.
All right, so
Go ahead.
my wife is a police officer. So I'm not going to say that I'm rolling with the police officers, because I'm not. Wrong is wrong, right is right. So police officers are trained to kill, bro. They send a mass all day, every day, right? So that doesn't mean that what happened to Brother Drew was justified. They do say that that the brother, we don't know. They said the brother Lars came at them with a knife. So here's the first problem. Is that they're saying that Jersey City Medical Center Department, I guess, was on the phone trying to deal with him, trying to coach him down or talk him down, whatever the brother was episode he was dealing with. They made the wrong call, because when you call a police officer, aka SWAT team, they kill us. They're already programmed one way. When they come, there's no more talking. Right? It's like me and you. We got, and most likely in all black families, you got that one uncle that you call, and when you call him, he ain't coming to talk, because you already did the talking. When
You already know what he about.
All you got to do, right? He don't want to hear no talking. He just point the person out, and that's it.
Right.
And I think that was the situation. What happened with this, right? So when they called the SWAT team, because they probably was threatened, they probably fearful already being in the community if they was physically there. I don't know if it's done.
Well, I think hold on. I think the medical people were there. I think they arrived first. That's what the case is. They arrived first, and they felt uncomfortable to the fact that they wasn't able to go closer to him, because they felt in fear. So they called the police. The family had nothing with doing, I don't think, calling the police. The family was calling the medical people. You know what I mean? And I think the medical people, because they felt that they wasn't able to, they felt threatened by the situation, so they called the police.
Right, that is correct. So that's okay. So we're on the same page with that.
Okay.
So I guess at the point in time, they talked to Brother Drew. They tried to talk to him for an hour, according to what I heard Mayor Fulop and his cronies, on their platform, saying they waited for an hour, and after that, allegedly Brother Drew launched at them with the knife. Right. So you already know what's going to happen. One shot him, one tased him. Right. So
right.
We should ultimately, brother, we know the outcome of that, right? Because this is the way it is, brother. This and by Brother Drew being shot, by Brother Drew being killed, man, this unfortunately, man, society got norms and values, right? So by losing that brother, it's not going to affect the way society runs, right? So Mayor Phillips got to say what he got to say, because first and foremost, he's running for governor.
Right.
He got to have the police department backing. You need that strong PBA union to back him, and so I'm not going to say nothing wrong. So just like, but when it came to the shooting in the Newport Mall, he was talking about he created new federal gun laws. He coached for that. You understand what I'm saying? He was out there lobbying and advocating for new federal law. Why? Business. It affects business, brother.
Yeah, that's deep, bro. That's deep. So it's bigger than what we're seeing now. You think? Is that what you're saying? It's bigger than what we're seeing.
Absolutely, it's bigger than what us, right? Because in our community, society. I'm not going to say white people. I'm not going to put no label on it. So I'm going to say society.
I got you. Society.
How far black folks going to go? They already know what we're going to do. We're going to rally for one day. We're going to come out, because the ones that's really coming out, they never come out. Because I could bear witness to that when I was in the streets with the casket, the dead dummies, and trying to speak to our people, man. Nobody never came out to that. But one thing about black folk, they're going to come out when the white folk or allegedly a police officer shoot our people. But you got to understand something. That same SWAT team that came out and killed Brother Drew is the same SWAT team that's out there killing black people every day. And they're the names of Bloods, they're the name of Crips, they're the name of dead dummies and people that and failures that's within our community. Now, when Tyrone and Raheem and Al Tariq and Derek get killed every day by us,
right?
Man, listen to me. You don't see. right? So now, when this type of tragedy happens, what happened? The naysayers, those that sit in the audience in the bleachers, they want to come to the candlelight vigil and do a hook, standing behind somebody but swinging and try to get a snucker punch in.
Right,
and that's what they do. So what happens? Right?
Right. I hear your point.
You see my point, but I'm gonna let you finish, bro, Supreme. But I'm saying because I'm full right
Go
now.
ahead. I want you to go ahead. This is the platform you can get out how you feel about these things. So yeah, go ahead, brother.
Exactly. So they hook from behind, but the same people. You probably the only one, brother. And I'm not gonna say that because I don't know, but you're the only one I've seen on Facebook that's following up. So you following up tonight. But those that was out there, the 200-300 people was out there yesterday, they back on the corner. They back eating their barbecue chicken, back watching their favorite soap opera and all this foolishness on TV. They back there in the clubs and the bars. They back there, right? They go right back into their sleeping cage.
Right.
But this is not. But what's going to happen? Another opportunity that God has given us, man, that we got to start some communicating because change is not going to come in a vacuum. This is going to be ongoing.
Yeah.
You understand? This is ongoing.
Yeah.
So now it's just like in the funeral industry right now. When I came to the funeral home this morning, man, you know what the question was about this, brother?
What?
See if you can. What you think that most funeral directors was asking this morning? Who got the body?
Yeah. Who got the body? Yeah.
Let's not go out there as a group of funeral directors. Let's come together and let's go out there and let's show this family, despite they lost, man, like the morticians, we stand with you. But everybody, all the funeral directors was asking who got the body.
Right.
They know a big service. They know that there's going to be a lot of media attention and it's an opportunity to make a lot of money.
Wow,
so
that's deep.
I'm saying to you, unfortunately, Brother Drew is another example, man, where we're going to have this dialogue, we're going to have a discussion because nothing is going to change in our community, man, until we as a people, brother, start to have. It's going to have to be ongoing conversation, brother. We can't be Facebook lip professors. We can't lip professors. We can't be Instagram gangsters. We can't be people behind microphones. Not yourself, brother, because I've been on the battlefield with you, Nation of Islam, for years. So I know I know your resume. Your resume is for the people, but I'm talking about the citizens of Jersey City that have been rocked back to sleep. So now what happened, brothers? Supreme. Now you got the vultures up in the sky. Who is the vulture, brother?
Ooh.
The vultures. You got Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump about to come into your city.
Oh, is that right?
Because they know you can't. Don't have no complete spokesman in Jersey City that's going to stand on. So they're going to bring their platform in. They're going to create some media hysteria. They're going to call the media out. Benjamin Crump is going to be, I'm telling you, watch the next 2 or 3 days. You're going to see Al Sharpton. You're going to see Benjamin Crump. They're going to be standing with the family, and they're going to be bringing a lawsuit, brother. And what happened is that $10, $15, $20 million settlement out of court, man, and Reverend Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump get some of theirs, the mother and father, whomever his family gets some of theirs, man, and nothing is never given back into the poor indigenous people in Jersey City.
Wow. Hey, man, that's his perspective, yo, man. I appreciate you speaking on it, brother, but I want to ask you this, brother. Do you think moving forward, I mean, what happened to Drew was a tragedy, brother, and I wish that on no one. Is it possible, and this is for those who are watching, is it possible to have something in place for those that can put, for the political parties and all that stuff, that can put this stuff in action? Is it possible you can have something? This is my suggestion, my advice, my analogy, my opinion, my perspective. Is it a possibility they can put in place a team when a mental issue is called? Can they have somebody come? You know how they have a protocol of do this first, do that next, then do this. If not, then we do this. Could they have a team that have skills of martial arts? So when they do come, if a mental person has a situation where they have a bat, where they have a knife, where they have a chair, where they have something physical rather other than a gun, Could it be people or officers that all they specialize in is mental cases, so they can actually hand to hand combat, take care of the situation without that mental person getting killed?
Bro. I like that, man. But man, come on, man. I'm not saying this.
Go ahead.
On you.
I'm listening. I'm listening. But you hold on. You laughed at it. So you think that can't happen?
Brother, structural. Listen to me, bro.
I'm listening, brother.
Mentally, brother, that can't happen, man.
Why?
Because this brother, I'm just saying, not saying Drew, but if you're going to combat with somebody got a knife, what kind of weapon do you take in to fight that person, brother? That's not how society works. The society is to stop the threat. You meet the threat where the threat is at, man. Nobody, if you got a knife, I'm not gonna go in there swinging the back, because if I bust you upside your head, brother, then what happened, man? Then you got a hematoma, you got a block, your brain swell up. You can't determine that. What if he strike you with the knife? I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about.
I understand, but what I'm talking about, brother, I'm talking about people who specialize in hand-to-hand combat. I'm not talking about no average Joe coming off the street to handle a mental situation. I'm talking about somebody who they hired as a team of people to come, which would be the first thing to do probably, is to come to basically handle a situation hand to hand. Because these guys that's professional, a knife is nothing to a goddamn martial artist, bro. A knife is nothing to. Go ahead.
Good. I'm sorry. Good, bro.
Yeah, a knife is nothing to. You'd be surprised, brother, if there's a person or people who specialize in the arts and they really mastered it and they actually learned this skill, learned how to take down people with weapons. Come on, bro. I think that's a doable thing. I think they could put that in place, bro.
Bro, nobody's signing up for that, man. That nobody's signing up for that, bro. Supreme, I mean, come on, man. We gotta be real about it, man. Nobody's signing up for that. I get what you're saying. I mean,
right.
That's just like, let's put a bunch of mattresses together. Let's tie 3 or 4 mattresses together. Let's bum rush him. You got one, I'm in the middle, you on the other side. He got a knife. So we bum rush him with this king size mattress and just bum rush him. Bro, who's doing that, man?
But look, but here's the thing. Will it work?
Well, we don't know. Because that's not the way society operates, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The society works, brother. It has to work in harmony. It has to be an equilibrium. That's the way society is. Society shapes, and it's a duality with this whole thing with society. Sociology, in fact.
Right.
Is that sociology has the duality part. They are the ones that shape, and they are shaped by others. That's just the way it is. We have something in place that when situations like this happens, and unfortunately, man, we don't want to throw off on Brother Drew, man, may he rest in peace. But when you call somebody out that has a knife, now you probably had 3 or 4 white women in there, 3 or 4 white guys. I don't know, probably even a black guy. Brother, the strongest person is not going to go in no house and the man got a knife. And I mean, if they're not in the right sound mind, man, they can't handle that. So now what you're doing, you're trying to say, we're going to dial 911. Let's get that special hand-to-hand combat team come on up in there. Now, he got a knife. I need you brothers to have a knife. You got a knife. We're going to have a stab. We're going to have a damn stabbing knife competition.
No. I mean, nobody going up there. But you can't say ain't nobody going. If they on a team and they're hired to do a job, brother, and these brothers specialize in hand-to-hand combat, some cats don't need no weapon to take down a person with a knife, bro. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure you've seen, guys that really specialize in this, man, take down people with knives, bro, or a bat with no problem.
Right. To them, that's when the threat is to them, bro. Supreme. I get what you're saying.
Right.
I mean, in the fantasy world, yes, that the cartoon world, yeah, that sounds great. But they're not going to, because you got to understand something. So if they start that something here in New Jersey, that's got to be in New York, that's got to be in Chicago, that's got to be in California, that's got to be in Washington, it got to be in Seattle.
It
gotta
gotta,
be all over,
it
brother.
gotta
It's
start
not-
somewhere. We're talking about mental health, man. It's gotta start somewhere. I think it's something that should be put on the forefront, man. I mean, these they got some master goddamn special teams that really go hand in hand combat with no play. They out there, bro. You got military men that specialize in stuff like that, bro. You know what I mean? So I know for a fact that can be done, bro. Be other than a scared police officer, and soon something come at him, his heart boom boom, never been, and pow pow pow. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think with martial art, a martial artist, I think have a smooth, calm persona to deal with stuff that's coming at him like that. You understand? I mean, go ahead.
Who pays for that?
Whoever paid the police officers. Whoever paid the police officers. They got the police officers come out. They got SWAT team that come out. They got these medical people come out. Whoever paid them, those are the same people that pay those martial artists to come out. That's a team that's dealing with mental issues solely.
Exactly. I hear what you're saying, but they're not. The government is not giving resources out for that, brother.
That's my point. I'm saying they need to do something like that, so this way we can have less deaths.
They saying everything is okay. That's what I'm trying to get you to. I know you understand. I know you understand, but I'm saying that's what I want you to understand is that they are the ones. You saying they.
Right.
Who are the they we talking about, bro?
Got you.
We are. Understand what I'm saying? They are the ones that shape the society that we live in, man.
Like, check this out. What about what my man just said? The brother on here said, first of all, I don't know who you're saying is weird. You got Sweetness Fulton said, you're weird, bruh. Sorry. All right, but anyway, I don't know who the hell he's talking about, but that's all good. But another brother said, Frederick said, what about the tranquilizer? Yeah, see, what about that? Hand-to-hand combat. And then eventually, hold up, if that don't work, here we go with this guy that comes with a gun, but there's a tranquilizer in it, like they do with big-ass animals. You know what I mean? If you can take a big-ass bear down with one shot, boom, and he down, why can't that happen, brother, with human beings, man? Knowing the mental might not be... Go ahead.
Well, I'm saying, listen, you shoot him with tranquilizer. What if his heart can't take it? He had a undetected heart disease that you didn't know about, and he dies.
What ifs, bro? What ifs? But what if they put the damn tranquilizer and they hit him with a tranquilizer that's not that damn potent, and see how that works first, and then hit them with the other one?
What I'm saying, you don't know his health. So his health and his wellness. You don't know what the fence that he's on is.
Right.
I mean, one little anything can take anybody off.
Yeah, but look,
what I'm saying? Just like
they didn't know his health. They didn't know his health either. They didn't know his heart and all that stuff either when they shot him with the damn gun.
I understand that they came to stop a threat, bro. I'm saying I'm on your side.
I got you.
I'm trying to think. I'm like them. You know my stance, brother. I'm for social injustice. I'm with them. I'm riding, and we knew Drew.
Right.
So I'm not talking about that. When we saying they, who is the they we talking about? We talking about the shapers of society.
Right.
And people that are saying like, oh no, not to say that the sister said weird. Like,
right.
What's weird about what we talking about?
Right. Sweetness. What are you saying, Sweetness? You said that we're weird. Sweetness Fulton. Who are you talking about weird? Please state your comment and explain. Yeah, you're free to talk and feel how you feel. Your opinion, your analogy, this platform is for that. So go ahead and say what you got to say. Go ahead, brother Muhammad. I'm sorry, brother.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's saying weird. I'm not, we're not going to keep harping on the sister, but weird is having your brothers being laid out in the street, killed by your own people. That's weird.
Okay.
Weird is where that 20% literacy is that we're so far on the education system. That's weird. Weird is where so many black brothers and sisters are locked up in prison. All right, that's weird. That's weird. We still living. Weird is when you have fourth and fifth generation of welfare. Our children are being placed in generation poverty. That's weird. That's weird.
Got you.
That's what I'm talking about. So it's easy to throw a rock, man, and a pebble and hide your hand.
Right.
But if you ain't never been out on the front line, man, when we've been out on the front line, if you ain't never been out there, then you ain't nothing but a spectator to me.
Right. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I understand your point. So let's see what the chat is saying, Muhammad, and let's see if you can answer some of these situations they talking about. Let's see exactly. That's what I'm saying. That Exactly. See, that's why I'm saying that. That's what Sweetness said. Okay. Okay. Deborah says they
But
pay for they pay for crisis. So what is their policy? They should have been there based on his history. So basically, they're saying they know the history of this guy. Even when they have a phone call, they know where this guy live at. They know his history as far as mental is concerned. So they already knew from Jump Street that this guy has some type of mental issue. So, anything can jump off with a gun. Now, and I'm also hearing that he was shot by the police once before. So,
that is correct. 15 years ago in the arm.
right. So now, with that being said, if a man has a mental issue and he has some type of chemical imbalance, and he see a police officer with a uniform on, wouldn't that cause some type of trauma right off the bat? Just seeing him.
Right.
So if they know this as far as his history is concerned, why would they bring a person or people in that look like the person that harmed him once before? Because what I'm understanding is that he was saying something about they were saying something about they not letting him in. They're not letting the police in that door. So eventually, from what I'm hearing from the news, that the door was they went in. They put the door down or bust into the door, something to that case. So if he's saying I'm not opening the door, and then he see the police come in, then all of a sudden, traumatic situation, mental stuff goes in. You know what I mean? And boom, here he come.
Right.
You understand? So we already know he has a mental issue. So why wasn't there any compassion from the jump?
Compassion.
You said compassion,
You talking about the police?
Yeah.
They're not coming with compassion, bro. They're not,
right. I agree.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I agree.
Listen, if that was the case, brother, somebody in Brother Drew family could have talked him down, right?
Right.
If they could have handled the situation, they would have been able. It wouldn't have been no need to call mental crisis. They wouldn't have to call health professionals to come in if they could have done it. They couldn't do it. He wasn't even trying to hear them probably. So that they had to reach out for somebody to help. The people that came to come in to try to coach him down too, they couldn't help him. So now they went to somebody. All right, now they have to go a little deeper. So it's nothing in between of that, bro. There's nothing in between that. They call killers, man. I mean, the SWAT team are trained killers. They come in to kill. They come and kill the threat. That's the only thing I'm saying to you.
Yeah, but who was threatened by? From what I understand, was there anybody in the house? Who was the threat?
Of course,
if he was in the house by himself, who was the threat? They could have stayed their ass outside.
But listen, you're right, brother. I don't know all the integral parts of it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I don't want to put myself out there on the ledge and say something that I have no knowledge of. Right?
I got you.
But evidently, it was a situation that they needed to make contact with health professionals, right? Either they didn't let him in,
right?
They knew something was going on. He maybe wasn't on his meds, maybe whatever. We don't know.
Right.
And I'm not, I'm not trying to, put any more on Brother Drew because, like I said, we know Brother Drew.
Right.
We grew up with this brother.
Right.
That's why I want people to understand. I'm just talking about it for a person from the outside just looking in. What's happening? My damn mate is a police officer, and I'm not saying that I'm not vibing with them. Like, once again, I'm not. But I know based on my conversations I'll be having with her, because I always be like, well, why you had to shoot the person? Why same thing you talking to me about, Brother Supreme, is the same conversation I have. Why y'all do that? Listen, when they in those academies, when they go for training, when they gotta go to the gun range, man, they shoot to kill. That's why they only have from the waist up. Then the max. They come to train. Their job is to stop the threat. When you call them, they come in to stop the threat. That's the only thing. They're not coming to talk.
They straight focused on that. Right. I got you.
Exactly. Because now once they on the scene, they can't leave. Once you call them out, because they got to silence the threat. Whether what happens, unfortunately, to Brother Drew, or they're able to get him out the house and get him the professional help that he needs. That's one of the two things, right? And maybe the brother wasn't in the right mind. Of course, he wasn't. He probably couldn't differentiate the two, and it went left. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
I got you. Yeah, I appreciate you, chiming in, brother, and wanting to give your perspective on here, man. I appreciate that so much, man. We thank you for coming on. But I think that people definitely gonna, there are people that's thinking the same way you're thinking, and I understand that, but some people
Right.
don't want to
But
hear
the one
that.
that's well, right, brother Supreme. I mean, cut you off now. I don't want people to think that that I'm flipped. No,
No,
I'm just giving you objective
another
perspective. That's
right,
all I want to
another
do.
perspective. Okay.
But to all the ones all the ones that saying they should have did this, well, you guys need to be out in the field list. So we shouldn't hear no more Facebook talk from you. We need to see you in the streets. That's what action at. Right? You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Because when the young 15-year-old brother just got killed in Jersey City, wasn't nobody out there. I ain't seen none of y'all out there. Online, in line, out of line. You wasn't out there. So don't question that. If you question my integrity and my workload, just Google Tyrone Muhammad. I ain't got to talk about it. Just Google me.
Yeah, I can definitely vouch. I can vouch for you. I can vouch for you, brother. You was on the front line. I can vouch. Yes, sir. I was there with you, brother. I do agree.
Right. Exactly. So I appreciate your time, man. And once again, man, rest in peace to Brother Jude. Sorry for the loss, man. And
definitely
praying for his family. And Brother Supreme, man, I love the platform, man. To keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you calling in. Peace, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir.
Well, that was Brother Muhammad, man, and I see his perspective. I understand his perspective, and this is what this platform is about. You can always call in and give your perspective. Even though I understand his perspective, don't mean I agree with it, but I do understand or overstand what he's saying. Okay, but at the end of the day, I'm just more concerned about a possibility of passing some type of law where they have some calm hand-to-hand combat, martial artists to come in situations like that, because even if you got a martial artist that's really tight with it, man, he ain't getting hit with no knife. If he's smooth like that, he's not getting hit with a knife. Real talk. Bottom line. As soon as the guy go up coming for him, he's so swift with it, he can drop to the floor, boom, clip this dude, and the dude don't know where he at. Done. Over. But the thing is, those people that's tight like that, they don't have no fear. That's the main thing. They don't have no fear. Because when you got fear, you killing somebody. So maybe that's something that can be put in place. I don't know, I'm just a barber, as they say. All right. But anybody want to call in, man, you can call in. The number is 973-433-5666 to give your analogy, your perspective, your facts, your opinion, whatever your profound statement. You can do that here. This is the platform where you can do that. Okay, what you say, Frederick? Fact Supreme. He talking from Popo perspective. Talking about Muhammad. Talking from Popo perspective. Deborah, what you say? They wasn't worried about his health when they shot him. Okay. No doubt. I see your point. That's what I was saying when he was speaking about if we hit him with a tranquilizer or something like that, some type of I'm thinking tranquilizer or the medication that he need, a nice dose of that, plus possibly a taser. I think that will do the job, So depending on his health, I mean, like I said earlier, they're not concerned about no health issue when they shoot him. So what's the risk in that? What you say, Deborah? They shot him before, so he was afraid. That's what I was saying. I'm like, yeah, man, maybe that was some type of situation where he was already traumatized by the uniform. And there are a lot of mental illness people that have situations that they've been in with the police, and all right off the back, that's a strike, because they already messed up overseeing them. You know what I mean? So whatever the situation is, it kind of heightened their their energy towards them far as on the negative side. It says, I'm saying what I want. He sound like a cop. Okay, you said Muhammad sounds like a cop. I feel you. Okay, but he's definitely not a cop. He is a mortician. I think he know a cop or whatever the case may be, but he is a mortician. Um, he definitely deal with the dead. So I can definitely vouch for the how can I say it? His compassion for people, especially our people. He definitely was on the front line because it was a thing where he constantly kept seeing young black men being killed. And he figured he needed to do something about it because these young boys are laying on his table. I'm talking back to back to back to back, and he's giving them the Y incision to open up their body and taking out their lungs and heart and all that stuff, and seeing these young boy tears running down his eyes, seeing this on a constant basis. So out of all of the morticians that's out there, he was one to basically go out in the streets with a van, a casket in the van, bring the casket out and start teaching right in the hood. I'm talking about in the middle of the hood, speaking on things like stopping the violence. Look what you're doing to your brother and things like that, showing them all types of posters and showing them all types of bullet wounds to the head. And this is what you do when you're killing your brother. So I can definitely vouch for that brother on that is concerned. So I think maybe he has, gotten to the point where he's tired of constantly seeing the same thing over and over and over again, and not nothing being done about, what I mean, a lot of situations. So I definitely want to, give him his props on that. And what you say, sweetness. Okay, she said he sound just like my daughter father, and he's a cop. Deborah said they do standoffs, so they could have done that. They could have done a standoff. Okay, I understand your point, Deborah. Sweetness says he sounds like a cop because his daughter, she sounds just like the daughter. Okay, because the father, he's a cop. Okay. Sweetness also said, now I agree with that, Supreme. Okay, thank you for your agreement. Deborah says he said it right. The police are trained to kill. All right. We got another call real quick.
Call from
Ms. D.
All
to
right.
accept, press 1.
What's good with you, Miss D? What you got on the topic? Peace and blessings. Thanks for chiming in. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Peace and blessing, my brother. Peace and blessing.
No doubt. Go ahead. What you got on the topic?
Yes, I must say that I wanted to call and give my condolence to the Washington family.
No problem. That's what's up. Much love and respect to
And
that. Yeah.
I think we all need to be keeping them in prayer. And the other thing that I want to say is that I went yesterday to the vision, and what I saw, it was very painful, very saddened, and I, I it was just something that I think that it wasn't supposed to be like what we saw yesterday. Really, I met Andrew a couple of times, and to me, that's just like a really saddened situation, especially after we heard the family speak to us about what really, really
Yeah.
happened. And
Yeah.
we didn't heard it from the mayor.
Right.
We heard it from the family,
Yeah.
which
That
is
was
a
that
really
was like
sad.
a press conference for real from the other side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came to us and just told us things like the way it is. Yes,
Right.
it
No
was.
doubt. No doubt.
Yes, it was very saddened, and the situation is that I hear everybody. I'm gonna say it to you from my point of view,
Go ahead.
as a human being, as a mother, as a child, and to me, it's just a saddened situation to see our community. our parents, our children, and family go through this nonsense, really, because to me, it's nonsense. And I see everybody standing up talking in the same way, like trying to find the excuse to every action that somebody did.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
didn't see them concerned about what really happened to Andrew and his family.
That's right.
It saddened me to see that people want to stand up and say, "Oh, we want peace, we want justice, we want this, we're doing this, we're doing the other." See nothing being done because I'm gonna tell you, Supreme.
Mhm.
I have a friend who is a psychotherapist, and there was other ways to be able to take care of Andrew, and
Right.
especially what really saddened me is that he had a record with the hospital. Okay,
Right.
and when the family called for help, they did not call for the squad. They did not call for the cops. They called for the special help that they know he needs at that moment.
Right.
Why not the cops? Why not the squad? Because they already know they called before and they heard. They shot him on the arm and hurt their loved one. All
Mm-mm.
those things traumatize a person, Supreme.
Right.
What makes you think that you're going to send them back to his house to try to help him after you already hurt him before?
I agree.
It doesn't make no sense at all. And it disturbed me and it bothers me a lot that you did not send the right help for him. I didn't hear nobody saying we did not send the right help. We failed the family. We failed Andrew. We made a mistake.
Mm.
It's all about them. People are just forgetting about the love of their brother, of their neighbor, of another person. Where is the love for each other? That's what I saw yesterday in that gathering. It just hurt my heart. It bothers me because you know what? I'm a mother.
Right.
I can't imagine calling now a hospital, calling them and asking them for help for my child or my mother. She suffered from asthma. When I call them from help, it takes forever. I have to call somebody, a neighbor or somebody who has a car near to run with my mom to the hospital when she's going through an asthma attack.
Mm.
What is going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some sad situation that really disturbed me. Okay,
So when
and
you
now
so when
they
you was
can't
at the
say
vigil,
they
when you was at the vigil, you said you felt like it wasn't. You think you felt like people wasn't sincere. You saying far as the
yes,
love. Okay, explain.
yes. I'm talking about the people were not sincere. I think everybody's coming out to show up just to show, okay?
Mm.
But I think a lot of the people are not there because they know they felt us, Supreme. They felt us.
They felt okay. I
And I
got you.
hope, and I hope that the person who stands up down there and talks, they saying it deep from the heart and they concerned about the family. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to say what I felt. I'm
Right.
being honest.
Right.
Because it's always like that. When tragedies happen, everyone will show up and they want to get credit for it. But this is not what it's about. This
Right.
is continuing happening. They hurting our brother, our sister, our family, and nobody's doing nothing about it.
Well, thank you. That's her perspective. Thank you, Miss D. I appreciate that. I appreciate your call. Anybody else want to call in? You have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. All right.
Yes.
Anybody else want to call in? Please dial the number 973 433 5666. This is the platform where you can speak your piece, speak your mind, give your perspective, your opinion, your analogy, your experience, your facts, whatever you want to bring to the table here. You can do that freely. Just dial the number once again. The number is going to be 973 433 5666. So you can do that. The number is on the screen now as we speak. So you can go ahead and grab that and go ahead and call. So let's go to the chat real quick and see what the people is saying. Okay. Okay, Sweetness said, now I agree with that, Supreme. Okay, going back to Deborah. Deborah said, He said it right. The police are trained to kill. Destiny said he was a target to them anyway. I'm pissed off. Yes, Sweetness says. Destiny says they get away with it. They get away with it with paid leave. Okay, what you say, Sweetness? I know I'll listen to him. I guess he is tired. Talking about Tyrone. I guess that's what you're talking about, Brother Muhammad. Sweetness says, right, sis. Deborah says, they have failed. Sweetness says, shaking my effing head. Deborah says, yes, Miss D. Yes, sis, you said that. All right. Thank you for chiming in. Anybody else want to give a call? If I missed your call, you can just call right back and go ahead. That number is 973-433-5666. It's on the screen. Go ahead and type in your comment, or you can call your comment in, okay? We appreciate you guys for chiming in. Much love and respect. Ursula, no, what's that? That's Ebony. What's good with you, Ebony? How you doing? Much love. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate you. Much love and respect. Please do me the favor, if you want to call in. We're talking about the situation that happened recently, and we're talking about some of the things they possibly can do, that they can put in place moving forward for the mental illness when the call is called in, and how can they make it better? How can they get to the point where they're not hurting no one? What are the things that they can do? My suggestion was get martial artists, hire a team of police that does martial arts, and all they got on them is taser guns, bean bag type of guns, guns with some type of tranquilizer or some type of gun with medication in it. But first thing first, hand-to-hand combat, so the person won't get hurt. All right, so that was my take on it. The number is 973. I'm gonna cut to the you're going to see the number on the screen right now. The number is 973-433-5666. You have a chance now to call in. Here come Ebony.
Call from
Ebony Banks.
to accept.
What's good with you, Ebony? Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate you. What's up? I'm okay. Much love to you. How you doing?
All right. I responded to you yesterday in reference to the. I'm good. I responded to you yesterday in reference to the killing of that young man for Randolph. Yes, they did the same thing a few years ago to my cousin Martina Price. They shot her up in her bathroom, and she was in no way. Her husband had called for help, but she had the knife for herself. She just
Hold on. Okay, do me a favor, Ebony. Do me a favor. Cut your TV down. Anything sounds around you, turn it down. I appreciate it, because that's all I'm hearing also in the background. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, Supreme, hold on 1 second, baby.
No problem.
Yes. But Supreme, yes, I had posted on your page yesterday when you briefly came on. They did the same thing to my cousin Martina Price a few years ago. Her husband called for help for her, and the cops shot her up in the bathroom while she was in her bathroom, and they killed her the same exact way. Her son and her husband ended up dying from heartbreak because he himself felt so saddened by the call for assistance. Instead of them assisting, they shot his wife up in the bathroom.
So you saying that the wife had a knife on herself?
Yes. She had mental. Yes.
Right. Yes. So they shot the wife, correct?
They bust in the bathroom. Yes, they opened fire. There was several officers opened fire and emptied their guns out and on her in the bathroom, and the bullets went through the bathroom to the other apartment. Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a sad thing to hear, man. And she was no threat to no one else, really.
No threat to no one else. Her husband never got over trying to get assistance, but instead of getting assistance, he had to bury his wife because the police opened fire and literally killed her.
Wow. How long ago was this, Ebony?
This was like about 5 years ago. If you pull up on the Jersey Journal, I'm quite sure you will see the article as well.
Wow. So, question: was he? What was their reason for opening fire? What was their reason for just all out opening fire? And how many times did they shoot this young lady?
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to locate the. I was trying to locate the article, but if you pull up the murder of Martina Price down, what's that? That on what's that street downtown? Not downtown, by Marion.
Okay.
On,
Don't worry about the name. Don't worry about that. It's the Marion area. Okay, I know what I know the area, but go ahead.
they opened fire. I mean, it was 2 to 3 officers when they bust in the door, kicked the door open. They didn't. They just started shooting. She was sitting on the toilet bowl.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
And
So,
her son been fighting the system ever since then. Her son been fighting the system ever since then. And the same crap they did when Philip and them stupid behind gonna say it was a justifiable shooting. How was that so when she was in her own bathroom?
so those same words came out too. Justifiable shooting.
Yes. Yes.
Did she launch herself at a police officer?
No, she did not.
She didn't try to stab her husband.
No, she did not.
She
No,
didn't
she
try to
did not.
stab
No,
a
she did
child.
not. No, it wasn't no child. It was just her.
Wow.
No, it was just her and her husband. They made the husband leave the apartment.
Mm.
And once he left the apartment, hell broke loose.
Mm. Wow, that's hard to hear. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that situation. But thank you, Ebony. I appreciate it. Let me ask you this last question, Ebony. What do you think? Because you know of a situation like this, and it basically happened to somebody in your family, correct? That's your family member?
Most that was my first cousin. Yes.
Wow. So, what do you think moving forward can they do for calls like this to help without hurting or killing? What do you think can happen to make a change? Because there's a lot of mental illness in our community, big time. What can be done?
First of all, me myself, it's sad by the community can't trust the police. First of all,
Okay.
even down to Mr. Gilmore commenting on this situation, it still saddens me that they should be able to have some kind of rescue unit, something. These cops are so out of control that they feel shooting is more important than trying to help. This young man yesterday, he had a history. They just said that they was there a couple of days ago. It saddens me that another family has to go through this.
Right.
And then nothing is being done because our so-called Phyllis that's supposed to be representing our community is not about our community. The same thing like he's talking about with the Jews when they had the shooting up here. This was not the Jews community, first of all.
Right. Okay.
They need to do something to train these officers. And as far as them talking about the police that came to their young man's house, he couldn't have been educated as far as helping that young man because of the simple fact.
Yeah,
if it was.
Yeah, I think because sometimes they're trained a certain way, and when you're trained a certain way, it's drilled into your head.
No, they're trained to
weapon, shoot. Weapon, shoot. Weapon, shoot. No matter the case. So,
all officers are trained to kill.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All officers are trained to kill. Me, myself, they have tasers. They have different things that could have been, other actions that could have been taken.
Right. Everybody's saying that, but this is the other side of this saying too, and the situation that happens and what they're thinking is, okay, if you are going to be in harm's way and there's a weapon coming at you, you have a right to shoot.
Listen, that's the excuse they always use. First of all, who told them to even go in their people's house?
Mm-hmm.
He still wasn't no harm to nobody because he was in his house.
Right. Right. That's what I'm hearing now. I
There's
think I
no
heard that on the
justification
news.
for this.
Right.
People got to stop justifying the wrong that the police are doing.
Right. And you were talking about Dell's Avenue.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, somebody just mentioned
Yes.
Ola. Thank you for giving us that block. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, thank you. Anything else you want to say, Ebony? You have that chance to do so. You can speak your mind on D.A.P.
Supreme,
Yes.
I appreciate the part that you're doing, and I wish you all the best, continued success. And I would like to say, we as a community have to stop allowing these police officers killing our citizens.
I agree. Much love and respect. Thank you, Ebony. Much love. I appreciate you chiming in and calling. Much love. You take care. Thank you again, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, that was our girl Ebony. I appreciate that call. I mean, she said a mouthful, she said a mouthful. You have a chance to now call in yourself. The phone number is on the screen. Can you see the phone number on the screen, by the way? Are you able to see the phone number on the screen? Over there. Are you able to see the phone number on the screen? Excuse me. All right, good. So you go ahead and call that number if you feel like you want to express yourself without doing a bunch of typing. You have the ability to do that now. The capability of doing that now. So let's go back to the chat. Okay, what you say, Frederick? Now hold on, let me go further. Sweetness says she's shaking her head. Yes, Miss D. Deborah, God is good to me. Heron, what's good with you? Thank you for chiming in. She said, Miss D, yes. Sweetness said, yes, sis, you said that. All right, Tasha, what's good, Tasha? Thank you for chiming in. Appreciate you. Much love. Okay, Tasha said, this is so sad. My condolences to the family. Yes, indeed. Much love and respect to the family. Once again, our hearts are there with you. We standing with you. Much love. And yeah, we definitely feel your pain. I can actually say myself, I do feel your pain. To the parents, if they're here, if they're not, much love to you guys as well for, losing a child, man. Aunties and uncles, nephews, much love to you guys. We feel your pain. Okay, Frederick, what you say? I bet SWAT took that call instead of regular police department from hospital. The hate was already there. Ola, what you say? Miss D gave a great analogy of the people that come to just chant, no justice, no peace. Deborah, what you say? Yes, just like you said, they will tranquilize an animal and kill a human being. Sad world. Yeah, I just never understood that. It just that puzzled me. I've seen a few since I've been on this earth for the 50-something years I've been here. I've seen a few situations where they shoot the mentally ill. And not even that, I've seen them actually bring down someone else of another culture. Not even shoot them, but bum rush them with something, knock them down, even if they had a weapon in their hand. I seen them do that, and the person get handcuffed, live, get put in the car, taken to the psych ward. Nobody die. I've seen that a few times as well. But I just see a lot. I do see a lot of our people definitely getting taken down or getting killed. And in situations like this, which is a sad thing. Yeah. So what you say, Muhammad is said, great point. He was replying to Ola's point. Frederick, what you say? God is good. Facts. God is good to me. Herman said facts. Antoine, Drew's situation is a modern day Eleanor Bumpers case. My condolences to the Washington family. Yeah, definitely the condolence, man. What's his name? Sam Duncan. What's good with you, man? Thank you for chiming in. I appreciate if you guys that's chimed in right now, could you please like the page? Could you share it? Share the page. And if you haven't followed me yet, press follow, because I'm going to be bringing more and more good content, situations where you can voice your opinion on, because this platform is open to you as well. I am going to be still talking about relationships and things of that nature, what men got to do and what women got to do, or what women must do. But I am going to be giving all types of content on current events as well. So by your help, if you can support me, you can support me by liking, you can support me by sharing, and you can support me by following the page. That's so important. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sam said, condolence to the family. Drew was my man. Great job, Supreme. Thank you, brother. Much love, Sam. Thank you, man. So what you say, Deborah? Speak the truth. Ebony said, why haven't they shown the video yet? Okay, which you want to talk about that? I think they mentioned it again. I think it has to go through some type of process. It has to go through a certain chain of command, and I think that's one of the reasons why the video hasn't been shown. But the mayor did say he definitely wanted to be shown as soon as possible. So he definitely is on the side of helping to get that damn video out fast as he can. I did hear him say that, to his defense. All right. Yeah, definitely. So Deborah said this is needed to talk about for feelings, about your feelings, so it won't turn into anger. I do agree. Yeah, I do agree. And that's one of the reasons why I did want to go on ahead and have this platform and come on and have this particular segment of this episode to definitely talk about it, because people do need to have a conversation about it, because talking about it helps a lot. Whether we believe it or not, having a conversation about it helps a great deal, because it's like having anger inside sometimes, man. I've been angry before, so I do know that feeling. And when you don't get it out, it's like a Pepsi soda being shaken up. And once you do a little bit open to it, it's don't open that bad boy all the way. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? So yeah. This is a platform you can discuss this right now, your feelings and how you feel about the situation. Do you think this could be some better situations that can happen in the near future for other mental illness situations? Do you think they should bring in a certain type of situation so that this thing won't happen ever again? So you can talk to the political party, whatever you want to do, or how you feel, just want to express your feelings. You can do that right now by calling the number on the screen. So yeah, Ebony said, first of all, why did they even go into the house? Still, no harm to anyone else. Yeah, that's a great question, Ebony. That's a great question. What was the reason for going in the house? There was no harm to anyone else. So I've gotten that question also, even while I was at the job. Somebody asked me that question too. I said, yeah, that's a great point. You know what I mean? Because if he was no harm to no one, why push down the door or break into the door or even go in? I don't know how it happened. I don't know if they broke the door, pushed the door, or just opened the door. I don't know exactly the how the sequences went. But yeah, why go in if he had no one that he can harm, but no one was in no dire need of protection because I don't know. Yeah, it's a good question. So Deborah said the mother stated that they didn't tell her until 3 hours after he was shot. Yeah, I was there and I definitely heard her say that. For those who wasn't there, who actually heard the mother, I think the aunt, I think she's the aunt. I don't want to say mother. I think she's the aunt. I'm not sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But she did say that it took them 3 hours approximately to tell them that he's dead or he been shot, because they was thinking that she said she was thinking that they hit him with a pellet or something that to take him down for a minute. But lo and behold, they said that yeah, we're gonna put him in the unit or whatever, take him to the psych ward or whatever the case may be, and you're gonna have to fill out some fill out these reports or whatever, and lo and behold, he was already shot. So they waited 3 hours for them to tell them that he was shot and he's dead. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow, man. What'd you say, Evan? Me, myself, he was trying to protect himself from the looks of things. Okay, I could see that. I see that perspective. Yeah, because if you had run-ins with a situation with them, you already on the edge. I can say that. Yeah, I see your point. What's your take? What's your take on it? Just go ahead and give your take. You can call in 973-433-5666. 973-433-5666. Is the number still on the screen? You can go ahead and call that number in if you like. And I appreciate each and every last one of you for calling in. I thank you. Much love. Yeah, just so you know, those who are interested in coming down to the I'm having a celebration for my son on the 4th. If you would like to come down and be a part of it, it's much appreciated. The 4th, which is going to be Labor Day. Going to have some fun, going to have some games, going to eat some food and all that good stuff. And would love for you to come down. For those who knew my son, you are invited. Yep, you are invited. If you know me, you are invited. You don't need an invitation. You are invited. Just come down in the great spirit to enjoy yourself. At Liberty Park, it's going to be at the Pavilion, 5 Theodore Conrad Drive, at the Pavilion A, Monday from 1 to 9. And don't forget to support the Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter. Whenever you get the chance, I have it on hand. I thank you guys for chiming in once again. And we will dig into this subject a little more. Will be part 3 soon. All right, it's going to be another episode of this. Once again, shout out to the family. If you need me anytime again, feel free to give me a call. I'm here. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. I'm not into the political thing, so I'm not looking for no nothing like that to, I'm not there for the photo ops, nothing like that. You need me to DJ, I'm there. No charge. Not at all. Much love, y'all. So I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you guys chiming in again, and I'll talk to you soon. Much love to the family once again. Peace and blessings. D.A.P.